Hello and welcome to the first box seat episode for the month of May. We're still racing at Ascot, but we are in a transition period because in the middle of the month we transfer across to Belmont Park. But for now, Ascot racing on Saturday, where the rail's at 2 metres, the conditions are going to be relatively cool, partly cloudy, 22 or 23 degrees. And the track, I've gone with a conservative soft 5. There's rain forecast for Thursday night, Friday morning. So just in case there is that still residual moisture around, I've gone with a 5, but no surprise to see it a good 4. Race number 1 is the Amelia Park Handicap, and we're going to watch the first up victory of Acromantula and the flashing light run of Vedette de Star.
They'd cornered for home where it's Acromantula who leads the way from Type 1. Still a length and a half to I See Red, Shan Talk. Vedette de Star called upon, but they still have to get to Acromantula. I See Red looming as the immediate threat. Vedette de Star and Shan Talk are charging, but on the inside Acromantula gives plenty, and
Acromantula goes up in the weights here for that victory. A natural 2 kilo penalty against Vedette de Star, who ran home into third. I think he can lead them and win again here, and with the market likely to side with Vedette de Star, as it seems to do with Simon Miller's horses, I think we'll probably end up with a backable price Acromantula. You know where he's going to be. He'll bounce straight to the front. It's only 1,000 metres, and she, Vedette de Star's likely to settle last of the 6 or 7 runners. So I think she's going to have to go past all of them, including Acromantula, who should get things his own way out in front. And he's a soft 7 winner, so if there is a bit of give in the track, he's obviously going to enjoy it. I think he can lead throughout again. One of the better bets on the program to get us off to a flyer. Number 2, Acromantula. Number 3, Vedette de Star. You can understand why she's going to go round. A pretty short quote here. Gets 2 kilos from the replay we watched and was pulling late ground off him for sure. Number 1, Queen Brown. First start this prep. Set weights and penalties means it's 59 kilos for her, but I think here she's probably going to be finishing off well. And number 5, next best, and that's Miss Lavinia sitting up on speed. My numbers in race number 1, 2, 3, 1 and 5. Race number 2, the Crown Perth Plate over 1,200 metres for the 2-year-olds. And we watch the 4th placing effort in the Group 2 Parramatta Plate of Sean and Jake Casey's filly, Fatale Femme.
Then by Heavenly Waters on the outside though, it's Flying Missile that hits the lead. They went to the 200. Pat's got Sass and Lee were just getting cramped for room, trying to get through the opening. Down the outside, Export Man is coming with a burst. Export Man, Leewa, Pat's got Sass. Here's a ding dong go in the Karrakatta. They hit it. Oh, it's tight. Export Man. Maybe
that form really does speak for itself when you look at those horses in the replay. Export Man and Leewa ran the Quinella. Well, they ran 2nd and 3rd respectively in the Group 3 WA Sires Produce. A horse further back in the field, a long way behind Fatale Femme, was called Hoyan. She's a filly that won a Jim Crack Stakes and went on to win the Sires Produce. And also just in behind her in 5th placing was Flying Missile, who out of that run last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago was very impressive when winning a 2-year-old plate when well supported in betting. So the writing's on the wall here for Fatale Femme from the inside draw, and at around the $3 quote, I think we can entertain her here. The filly to make it 3 wins from only 6 starts, number 1, Fatale Femme. Number 6, Ruthless Tycoon, a trial horse on debut from SJ Miller's yard. Undefeated at Lark Hill, very impressive in both trials, and probably gets an opportunity to find the front on debut. Number 3, Written Exceed, who was plunged at his midweek debut. 750 into 340. The punter's got it spot on and he looks progressive. Number 7, next best, Queen's Gift. No luck on debut, a strong 2nd. Again, shot up along the inside, looked to pinch the race before K-May got the better of her in the finish. My numbers in race number 2, 1, 6, 3 and 7. Race number 3, Tab Touch Better Your Bet Handicap at 1,200 metres. We're going to watch the controversial 2nd placing, unsuccessful in the protest. This is Billy Ray.
That cornered first, led the way by a length and a half, just a pinch, about to get off the fence and challenge the other of the Gingerbread Man fillies. A length and a half away then is Billy Ray from the back of the field. He's coming with a brilliant finishing run on the outside. Just a pinch, the leader veered out. Pike had to stop riding on Billy Ray, who really changed stride there.
I'm sure for anybody that was on Billy Ray in that replay, it's a little bit of a sore point knowing that the protest was subsequently dismissed. But I think here he does get his chance in an all-age 60 plus. He drops in weight, but I think in the end you still need to realise this horse is a maiden, taking on much better credentialed opposition. He's the horse that's been beaten 3 times in his first campaign at odds on. So I think you'd be a bit braver than me if you were getting involved in Billy Ray, because as we saw there in replay, he did as much wrong as that horse in front of him, just a pinch. I think here he's definitely in the mix, and I definitely have him top 4, and he's probably going to go around favourite. But I thought here that Sassy Trader could give Sean and Jake Casey the second leg of a race-to-race double. This horse has raced without luck a lot of his career. The senior rider goes on, and while he's drawn an awkward gate on paper, there's no real speed in this whatsoever. So I thought that Jordan Turner coming out positive would be able to cross the field, and from there he should give this a shake. Number 3, Sassy Trader. 1 home in 5 resumes for Michael Lane, lightly raced, knows how to win, the full brother to a very good one in G Boss. Number 4, Holy Ghost, who continues to run eye-catching races in defeat, and then our replay horse, Billy Ray. My numbers in race number 3, 3, 1, 4 and 8. Race number 4 is the Schweppes Handicap at 2200 metres, and we watch the narrow defeat of Black Shadow.
Point of the turn led the way. Pateman makes his move with Big Badaboom. Lets down, cruises up, gets on equal terms. Around his heels, here comes Black Shadow with a run though at the 200, and Black Shadow reaches the lead. Black Shadow headed Big Badaboom. Gee, You're Dreamin' is getting home powerfully along the inside. You're Dreamin' coming at Black Shadow. Black Shadow, You're Dreamin' went to the line. There was little in it. Give it to you.
Really has hit some form in recent times, Black Shadow. A winner at 25 to 1 2 starts ago, got under the guard of all punters, but probably, in fairness to us, entitled to be that price because his first 2 runs were very disappointing. His most recent run there in replay, he looked home until about the last 50 metres when You're Dreamin' got that inside run under Sean O'Donnell, and she can show a good turn of foot from time to time, that mare. I think here up to 2200 metres, Jason Brown has Black Shadow sitting in the first 2 or 3 in running. They should get along at a genuine clip behind a mare called Treat Yourself, who likes to run in these staying races. I think from there we'll get a wonderful run for our money at about the $4 mark. For me, number 4 Black Shadow to make it 2 from his last 3. Number 5 Maserati, who 2 starts ago ran into Black Shadow, gets a kilo or a kilo and a half's weight swing for only a 1-length defeat and wasn't disgraced in last week's Diggers Cup. Number 9 Treat Yourself, the on-speed mare we mentioned earlier. She makes her own luck out in front and she should be there for a long way. And number 8 Vintage Stock, coming off a minor placing in the Geraldton Cup. She is a little bit hit and miss. She always gets back in traffic, but she's definitely good enough to win in this grade. My numbers in race number 4, 4, 5, 9 and 8. Race number 5, Heineken 3 Handicap at 1800 metres. And this is an 1800 metre assignment that we watch in replay, the second placing of Beret.
Interstate, Grand Randell together, Kia Aura Star just struggling to let down with them. Here comes Miss Marietta and Beret as well right down the outside. Miss Marietta nearing the 100 reached the lead. Beret trying to run her down. Miss Marietta, Pike is willing Beret, but it's Miss Marietta. Miss Marietta wins again from Beret.
She really was attacking the line there, Beret, from what looked an impossible position turning for home. That was her first start at 1800 metres. She has a second attempt here on the fresh side, just over a month between runs. She's likely to get a long way back though, and that's probably the negative in this mare's corner. She draws a wide gate, she's always racing in the second half of the field, so while she is well placed and well weighted with Lakdar Rummelly's 2 kilo claim, she's probably going to have the majority of rivals in front of her, and if they aren't making ground on Saturday, she's going to be up against it. So I always think she's a risky betting proposition, Beret. So in the end, I sided with number 8, the 3-year-old in Off We Go. Comes through all the 3-year-old autumn feature races and most recently a 66 plus that we watched in replay in the previous behind You're Dreamin' and behind Black Shadow. If that form holds up in the previous through Black Shadow, then I think this 3-year-old's really well placed back into a 60 plus. And I think he can get the job done here. Off we go, number 8. Number 1, Uncle Lino, loves to roll. When he finds the front, he's simply a different horse. So I'm expecting Shelby Botel to come out running with this old boy. Number 2, our replay mare in Beret. And number 3, Chief Archer. First start at 2100 at his most recent. Came through it with flying colours. Drops back to 1800, which should be more suitable. My numbers in race number 5, 8, 1, 2 and 3. Race number 6, the Devil's Lair Handicap at 1400 metres. We go back just 7 days and watch the third placing in the listed Sheila Gwynn Classic Behind Tycoon Storm and Cryptic Love, this is Watch Me Dance.
By two, Sweet Angeline. Cryptic Love got a dream inside run. Tycoon Storm lets down, and so does Watch Me Dance. 200 to go. Cryptic Love spearing right up along the inside. Grabbed the lead from Tycoon Storm off her feet with Watch Me Dance. Cryptic Love, the one that saved the ground and has come away a brilliant win, almost a replica of the Pinjarra Classic.
Coming out of a placing in the Marjorie Charleston behind Clairvoyance. Coming from a placing in the Sheila Gwynn behind Cryptic Love and Tycoon Storm. This, to me, looks the race in the preparation for Watch Me Dance. She's rock hard fit now, she draws a nice gate, Sean McGrady rides her better than anybody, and she strikes a race here that doesn't have a whole lot of depth, doesn't have a whole lot of form against it, and also doesn't have a lot of speed. So I think she's going to be in the first four in a moderately run 1400. She really does get her chance here. I think she's the best bet on the program. Number 3, the filly Watch Me Dance. Number 8, Not To Be Missed, backs up off 7 days for the first time in his life. The blinkers come back off. Clint Johnston Porter knows him well. He draws an inside gate, but he is a bit of a frustrating horse to follow because he gets back and he always finds bad luck. Number 2, Friar-esque, rinse and repeat, always gets back, always finds bad luck. I find him near on impossible to catch, Friar-esque. And number 7, Position of Power, off the 7-day backup, senior rider back on, going well but drawn awkwardly. I thought all things pointed to the filly here. Best on the program, Watch Me Dance, numbers 3, 8, 2 and 7. Race number 7, the Mrs. Max Handicap over the Flying 1000. We go back 2 starts ago for Miss Kentucky. It was the day that she just nabbed Riverbow.
About to come to the outsiders. Riverbow cruises to the lead at the 200. Riverbow by a length and a half, State Attorney. Down the outside, Miss Kentucky. Riverbow, though, still in control at the 100. Miss Kentucky is digging in hard. She is flying. She's coming quickly. So's the post. She got there. She delivered in the last.
Miss Kentucky is absolutely low flying. 6 times in her life she's gone around odds on. 6 times she's been victorious. The only other run was a Saturday 3-year-old handicap at only start number 2 for her, when she probably wasn't suited in the race and she probably wasn't ready for the racing in that class at that time. But Simon Miller's been patient with this mare and she's definitely paying dividends. The horse that she beat in the replay there was Riverbow. Well, he's come from that race, beaten Clairvoyance, won a 78 plus again. They're both in white hot form, they're both charging through the grades. They're probably going to sit leaders back and 3 back the fence. They'll make their runs together, and there's not much between them as we saw there in replay. I'm going to side with Riverbow. I love the way this horse is going at the moment. He's a proven weight carrier, a winner with 60 previously, so don't be put off by the 61. He should get the lovely plum run just in behind the top end speed, and it's going to be strong behind This'll Test Ya. Going with Riverbow here and to cause a minor boil over, if you will, but not a lot between the two of them. Number 5, Miss Kentucky, the obvious danger. Number 1, Gemma's Son, another 3-year-old colt here, who is just low flying for David Harrison. Number 4, Next Best, Captain Kink. Tricky map, well weighted, probably does need to find an easier assignment though. My numbers in race number 7, 2, 5, 1 and 4. Race number 8 is our feature. It's the West Speed Autumn Series final. We're going to watch the last start victory, again 3 in a line for Image Keeper.
Those on the inside, Petite La Femme, Pink and Grey is the leader at the 250. It's a length and a half. Image Keeper, who gets out behind it now to lay down the gauntlet. Scooter's Machine just battling from requisition. Petite La Femme, misquoted, is coming right down the outskirts from the back of the field. Image Keeper in front. Morgs Freeman's getting through heavy traffic, but Image Keeper too good. Image Keeper won for me the more.
Don't see any reason why he can't make it 4 from 4 this preparation for Brock Luthwaite and 4 from 5 in a short career. Looks highly progressive, this horse, and I actually have a personal opinion that he'll probably be even better with a sit. We saw Mitchell Pateman there end up leaders back after being just a touch slow away. I think it might have been a blessing in disguise for him, and you watch the way that he stargazes in the last 100, he could have won that race quite a lot softer than what we saw in replay there. Brad Rawiller picks up the ride. There's a stack of speed in this. I think just forward of midfield, he's definitely the one to beat. But I decided to tip for a little bit of value here because we know that these races can be tricky to assess. I'm going to go with a mare who's just gangbusters off 7 days. Her name's City Circle, she's for Chris Parnham and Neville Parnham, and she's in really good form. Just last week she ran a placing behind Pansdown. Prior to that she was a winner in this grade. She's in really good form, she should slide across just in behind this hot anticipated tempo. I thought that she could test Image Keeper here, so for me, it's 6, just narrowly ahead of 3. I then go down to number 9 next best in Fiery Water, and 10 Lace Finsky. Could tip a lot of ways in this race. They're always very interesting, the West Speed Platinum Finals. But in the 2021 Autumn Edition, I go 6, 3, 9 and 10. Race number 9, Events at Ascot Handicap, over 1,400 metres. We go back and watch the last start, 4th placing of Diablerie.
Then War God at the top of the straight and the widest of them, Moshard. Echo Effect led the way. Parnham lets Miss Conteki down. Nero Dio is trying to go with Miss Conteki, but she's got a kick on her, but so's Moshard. Moshard's finishing powerfully on the outside. Miss Conteki, she's responding to the vigour of Parnham. Moshard won't get to Miss Conteki. There's another one for the mare. Miss Conteki goes home to win it.
Well, we saw the Miss Conteki form earlier. It's Riverbow form, it's good form. Nero Dio is in that race too. He's a highly progressive horse heading to Belmont Park where he does his best work. Diablerie here drops from a 72 plus back into a 66 plus. Last start he was drawn gate 11. On the weekend he's drawn in gate number 4 or gate number 5. He should get the right run, midfield with cover, and while he's been up for a long time, he's racing incredibly well, and you just know with Diablerie you're going to get each way odds. So for me, each way in the last, Diablerie number 5. From 6 in Kelvin, first up, no trial 1400. If they decide to go forward with this horse, he'll be very hard to beat. I just couldn't convince myself on whether or not they'll actually roll the dice first up, no trial. Number 2, State Attorney, who's very well placed into this grade, does the majority of his racing in 72 plus. And number 8, Wild Fusion, always very consistent for Liam O'Loughlin, trialled on Monday at Albany and should be primed for this. My numbers in race number 9, 5, 6, 2 and 8. Best bets on Saturday the 1st of May 2021. Race 1, number 2, Acromantula. Race 6, number 3, Watch Me Dance. Speaking of things to watch the Perth Racing social media. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We'll have all the information on whether or not patrons will be able to attend on the weekend. So make sure you stay tuned for all the updates.